Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome. Hi. Welcome, everybody, to Coffee Talk. Let's see. What do we want to say? Welcome back, Megan. We missed you last
Thank
week.
you.
Yes. We're excited about today's episode. But first, let's introduce who's on the call with us today. Oh, and I see a doggie in the background. That's great. So we have a dog joining us this morning, too.
He talks.
He's gonna
be
say a
exciting.
little something. My name is Sarah Castle. I am the director of Southborough Youth and Family Services, and we are your hosts this morning on Coffee Talk. With me on today's show is Megan Island, who's our assistant director. Good morning, Megan. And Shannon Knyman, who's our program coordinator, and Shannon's friend, the plant, that joins us in every
I'm trying to decide if he's Fred or if he's Frank.
Okay. Maybe comment down below.
That's right. If you have a good plant name, you let me know in the comments.
I always like Oscar myself, but Fred or Frank is some really good choices too. We are thrilled to have a couple of wonderful members of our Southborough Youth Council with us this morning. We have the lovely Rhea and Cassie with us from Southborough Youth Council. Good morning, ladies. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we're thrilled to have them on the show today. We're going to talk to them a little bit about a program that we coordinate here at Youth and Family Services and hear from these lovely ladies about the kinds of things that Youth Council is doing. But first, if you're joining us for the first time on the tuning into our show today, as we mentioned, we are Southborough Youth and Family Services, and we started this show with the intention of creating an opportunity to reconnect with one another when it's hard to see each other in person right now. We also wanted to share important information with you all, introduce you to folks who live and work in our community, tell you about some great programs and initiatives, and as always, we like to share a laugh. So good morning, everybody, and welcome. As is tradition, the girls, you're going to have to pretend that you have a coffee mug with you. Here's, she's got a candle. That works.
They're too young for coffee.
Drink your candle.
You're gonna shrink, not shrink, but you won't grow anymore if you drink coffee. That's
right.
what they used to say.
Yes.
Do you guys drink coffee?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Rhea does not.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You're fairly tall, Cassie. So, I guess if you stop growing now, then
it should be okay.
It should be all right.
Yes. I'll share with you a little secret, a behind-the-scenes secret. My coffee mug is often empty, and yet I pretend to drink it. It's for the show, people. It's for the show. Well, welcome, everybody. I'd love to start. I was partially involved in the process of getting Youth Council started, but over time, I kind of took a step back, and so for me, it's really exciting to have you ladies on the show today to learn about what Youth Council is doing. And Megan and Shannon have taken over the coordination of this awesome group, and so I just wanted to sort of start. Maybe Megan, you could, we'll hear from both of you about what Youth Council is, but talk to us about how it got started.
Sure. So where it really began was, I think all three of us had attended a training by Andy Egmont about positive youth development. And I kind of had this aha moment when she was talking about positive youth development. And we have always had youth at the table. We have a board, and we've always had junior board members who are there and they hear about our programming. We get their input. But I guess I felt at the training, I felt like, well, they're there at the table and they heard about our programming and we got their thoughts about their programming, a big part that I felt like was missing was they really didn't have a voice. They didn't have a platform in the community to make decisions, to start those kind of programs themselves, to say, here's what we think we need. It was more we as the adults were kind of the driving force, and we were the ones who were kind of saying, who were starting it and kind of saying, here's what we think you need. Let's get it started and you guys can help us. You guys can play a role in it. And they weren't necessarily, young people weren't necessarily having the opportunity to be the ones starting it. And so I really felt like they needed a platform to be able to start it and have a voice and feel empowered and have the opportunity to play a leadership role. So after that training, I remember in the training, the thing I walked out with was, we need to start a youth council. And we had a staff meeting after, I had supervision with you or something like that, Sarah. And I said, we need to start a youth council. How can we make this happen? And so we started talking about it. We had a meeting with Andy after, and we started to get the ball rolling. And started at the middle school and started to take steps to get it started. And that's where it began.
So I know we have a lot to cover today. I just love to share this with the audience, though. The spirit behind positive youth development is, I think, something that we all feel really passionate about. And I like our young people in the community to hear this too. So traditionally speaking, our society often looks at young people as vessels to be filled, that we impart knowledge on them, we direct them. There's sort of this dynamic that exists between young people and adults that looks like this. But the concept behind positive youth development is the best development for young people is from within. And I remember talking very passionately about this with both of you guys, that what a great, I love that. I love the spirit behind it, and that what a great opportunity for us to offer to our young people here in Southborough, that they get to develop from the inside out and share their gifts with others. So Shannon, I hope I didn't steal the answers to any of your questions here, but I wanted to ask you about, because you've been much more actively involved in the recent years, what are the goals for Youth Council right now? Or Youth Council in general, really?
Yeah, I think, going on what both of you have said, I think that there's a spirit in the country right now of inclusion, and we really have embraced that in terms of youth and bringing youth to the table. And one of the sayings that go with this work is, if it's about me without me, it's not for me. And so I think that's I love that quote, and I think that that's super important to the work that we're doing. So the goals are that we're here to help the youth to identify the needs in the community, so of their own community. So whether that be in Southborough in general or at the school, Youth Council right now is out of Trottier. So helping them to identify what is it that the community needs, as well as what things will bring the community joy, and they've been able to do a lot of great stuff around that. And I think the other piece that's super important for a goal is that it imparts opportunities of leadership for youth, which is something that you don't see often. That it's really hard for adults to give up their power, for them to let kids take the wheel. And I think Cassie and Rhea and Sarah, I think, who were a part of that conversation that we talked about leadership. And Cassie, you were saying that that's one of the things that you you've enjoyed about youth council.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, tell us a little bit about that.
So I feel like leadership is a really important part of it, because it's about letting different people take charge of different things. So usually one of the things you're talking about was doing a promotional video this past year, which we didn't get to do, but we had split up into groups with different leaders, and it was just like a really helpful way for everyone to kind of voice their opinions and take charge of their own portion of it, so that they can like really work with other people really well. And so I think that that's a really important part of it. And I think that I've definitely improved my leadership skills through youth council.
Great. Thank you for sharing that. You know what I also love about youth council is that it's youth led. So Shannon, you said something about it's really our problem as adults, honestly, that we need to, how many times in my life, and just this morning, Shannon, have we sung the song Let It Go? Because it's hard for us to not be sitting behind the driver's wheel. And I know that that's the goal for you and Megan as sort of advisors to this council, is that this is a youth-led organization with adult support. And so, you know, I feel as though that's a unique opportunity, because typically, you know, youth are involved in things where they get input, but is it led by youth? Do they get to make the decisions? I love that when you guys want to know if you can host something at your school, you are the ones reaching out to your principal and scheduling a meeting with him. So that's pretty cool. I love that.
Yeah, and I think the other part that's always been fun, although it doesn't sound like it would be fun, is that I think over the past year, Cassie, you can speak to, you know, we tried some stuff and it didn't work out, in that you guys had to go back to the drawing board to figure out, right, how to.
I think that's also a big part of it, is that everyone gets to voice opinions about what they think that we should try, what they think that we should start working on. And one of them was like the lunch trays, because they wanted to have styrofoam lunch trays or reusable lunch trays in the schools, to like, because they kept wasting a lot. So we went to the principal to talk to them about it, and this was after a lot of planning, but unfortunately they were already doing something to try to stop the waste of these styrofoams, so it kind of wasn't worth it, because then we just had to go back to the drawing board. But it was still a good opportunity to research and try something new that we hadn't looked at before. And yeah, there's been a lot of stuff where we've come up with ideas and just voted on them and decided not to do something, or talked to people and decided something wasn't going to work, which does suck, but it's also, I think that's really an important part of leadership, is being able to say, this didn't work, what should we do instead?
Right. And you found out something new about what was going on, some behind the scenes stuff. It's almost like you get to be in the loop and learn some of this background stuff that's going on in your school that maybe you weren't even aware of, that they were already trying to figure out something to do with. So how validating to hear that your idea was so good that they were already looking into it. Pretty awesome.
Yep. Yeah, you guys have learned a lot, I think, even from those experiences that didn't end up working out the way you wanted them to. You ended up learning a lot from them.
Yep.
So how long have you each been in the youth council? Cassie, how long have you been participating?
I've only been in for about a year, I think, a year and a half. But before that, I had known about it, but not that much. And
Mhm.
I joined because I had friends in it, because I had talked to Shannon, and she had invited me. So I'm really happy that I did join, but I joined late.
That's great.
What about you, Rhea?
I've been in the youth council for 2 months now since we've been at home. Yeah, I've been for 2 months, but I'm already enjoying it a lot. We're coming up with one idea we have. One of them already it didn't work since there was too much touching involved, so that didn't work. But I think I've had a great time in the youth council so far.
That's great. And you guys are both at Trottier, right?
Yeah.
So one of you, go ahead.
He's
Yeah.
incoming, I'm leaving.
Oh,
We
okay.
have 4 grades right now, which,
Okay. So you're both at 2 different ends of the spectrum then.
yeah.
Right.
That's great. That's great. So, do you mind me asking, just because I've been kind of out of the loop about what kinds, you've kind of talked a little bit about some different activities, what kinds of things you guys are working on now, and the kinds of, for people who are listening at home, if there's, they might be interested in learning about youth council, things that you have worked on, things that plans you have in the works, anything exciting happening right now?
Yeah, so we're uh, making a decorating competition. Actually, it's all online, so it's completely safe. There's no touching or anything involved. It's just a decorating competition, as I said. So you'll be seeing the flyers around town soon, and we're hoping to spread the word about the youth council, and also that a couple more members are going to join the group.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What kind of decorating contest is it?
A baking decorating competition.
Oh,
So
okay.
Zoom meeting because that would take quite a long time. So it's just you send a picture online.
Okay. So like if I want to make a donut and decorate my donut, can I enter the cake decorating or is it like a baked goods decorating contest?
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
all free. It's all
All
free, so you don't have to like sign up anywhere or anything like that. You can just go onto the website and send the picture to a certain email.
Fun. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've done a lot of stuff in the past too. And kind of like what Rhea is saying, our hands are tied as to what we can do. Cassie, what are some of the things that we've done in the past?
There was the dodgeball competition,
Yeah.
the basketball competition. At the Finn Halloween party, we had the tables on the stage. It was just, you have to feel into a bucket and figure out what it is.
Oh, you guys did the gross laboratory, right? Where you had to. That's great. I bet that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
Awesome. So I'm wondering so it sounds to me like youth council is still meeting. You guys are meeting on a weekly basis, right? And you're meeting online just like we are right now. So for anyone at home who who might be a parent of a Southborough youth, how can people get involved?
So we have a website, I believe, that Jack set up. We have a YouTube channel. We have Instagram account. And there's all the emails. So if you are able to go on any of those and just reach out to us, probably that would work.
All right.
I believe on the Southborough Youth and Family Service website, there are the emails for Megan and Shannon.
Yep, and there's even on our website, there's a tab for the youth council, so you can get our email, the youth council email there. And we'd welcome anyone who wants to check out what meetings are like to join our virtual meetings, see what meetings are like, to see if they'd like to participate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great idea. Maybe you're not sure yet and you just want to come check it out to see what it's like.
Yeah. And right now we're doing it at Trottier, although it's growing now because we had such active 8th graders, Cassie being one of them, and we had many, many more. I mean, I think our group was made up primarily of 8th graders this year, and the vast majority of you guys want to stay on in some capacity. So, because that was something we had talked about when Youth Council started, was what age group is this for? And it just kind of made sense for it to land in the middle school. We had talked about maybe doing a chapter, and so we'll see this year what happens, if it morphs into something that, you know, grows into the high school or not. Yeah.
Great. Well, I had a little something up my sleeve. Since Youth Council is often about having fun together too. There's civic duties, there's event planning. It's a great opportunity for youth to connect with each other. It's also a nice opportunity to have fun. So I wanted to, you know, we were kind of talking about earlier the dynamics that exist between adults and kids. And I wanted to have a little fun with that, since I almost combined your names, Manon and Shegan.
Oh.
That's interesting, right? Shannon and Megan are the sort of advisors to Youth Council, and we have Rhea and Cassie on. I wanted to engage in a little game with the 4 of you. You guys recently, one of the other things that you did, I believe, or that you were working on, was a Kahoot game for Youth Council, or for youth to participate in. I looked up Kahoot, and I was going to create a quiz, a trivia quiz on cakes.
Okay.
It went south pretty quickly because some of the questions that I was finding, some fun facts about cake decorating or decorating baked goods, were questions like, who is the patron saint of pastry chefs? And I was thinking to myself,
Julia Child?
that's gonna be like every question I ask these guys is gonna be like crickets chirping. So,
Duff
I
Goldman.
have decided. What's that?
Duff
that's a better
Goldman.
guess. I feel like that is probably who it is.
I don't even know. I saw that question, it made me laugh, and I was like, forget it. We're not doing a cake quiz. So I'm gonna share my screen again. This is actually for you, Megan, because we missed you last week. And
it's a quiz all about what happened on the show last week. Did we talk about this live? Yeah, we had our graduate intern Lisa fill in for Megan last week because Megan was on vacation, and Megan, the super fan that she is, didn't see last week's episode. So.
It's a shame.
It's Jeopardy.
It's
wow.
Jeopardy.
Yay.
And I'm realizing now that you can't see this last column. So just please know, I'll put this down here like this. There is pop culture for 100, 200, 300. So we're going to do our best to get through some of these. We've got about 5 minutes left on our show here. So Megan and Shannon, you guys are team and Rhea and Cassie, you get to be team ting, because it's funny to make Megan and Shannon have to do a funny sound like that. So I'm going to let the ladies, our guests, choose their first category. Do you ladies know how to play Jeopardy?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. So I decided, instead of doing something that was cake focused, because again, I didn't know the answers to any of them, we are going to do a summer-timed theme for Jeopardy today. Okay, so together, maybe you guys could just take turns on your teams here. We need someone to choose the first category. Cassie, do you want to go first?
Sure. Ice cream for 100.
Ice cream for 100. Oh dear, you can't see it. All right, name the popular frozen ice cream dessert from Italian origin.
Italian ice.
Okay, so this is where one of you says ding or says
Oh, okay. So we're supposed to make our noises.
Yes, so if you know the answer,
Okay.
you make your noise, and don't forget you need to say what is, and then
Okay.
your answer. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a pass on that, Cassie. Do you want to say ding?
Ding. What is
Ding. Okay, reveal the answer. It's actually what is gelato. Italian ice though is I think it's because it's a cream frozen dessert. So does that mean we lose? I should have played with this before. Okay, there we go. All right,
Damn.
so continue.
Impressed.
Okay. All right. So Cassie or Rhea, you get to pick the next category.
Vacation 200.
Vacation for 200. Oh, this is one that is specific to this person who made this. So I'm going to let you pick whatever you can think of. This is a place locally where you can go skiing. What that has to do with summertime, I'm not entirely sure. Boop, boop, boop. I'm making the noise. Answer is Seven Springs or Bosie Park or Hidden Valley. Of course. Okay, Cassie and Rhea. Cassie, it's your turn. You get to pick the next category. Oh, I have to go back. You're like, I can't because.
I'll take composers for 500, please.
Oh dear.
Music for 100.
Music for 100. What movie is the song Summer Nights from?
Is that my noise?
Yes.
What is Grease?
Let's find out. Oh. Grease. Excellent. Excellent.
I've never even seen it. Excellent.
All right. Shannon, you get to pick the,
Oh.
unless you want to let your counterpart choose.
Yeah, you go ahead, Megan.
Oh no.
No?
Oh no, I couldn't.
Pop culture for 100.
Okay. Pop culture for 100. This streaming service has been really important for binge watching during quarantine.
What is Netflix? Dang, what is Netflix?
Let's see. It's got it. What is Netflix or Hulu? Excellent. Excellent.
Nice.
You are back at 0. Good job. Now you're not in the negative. Okay. You get to choose the next category.
Pop culture for 200.
Okay. Sadly, we're running out of time here. We're gonna have to do. I'm gonna do this question and one more. This app.
What is TikTok?
I didn't even get to finish. This app is popular for dances and making fun of your parents, it looks like. What did you say?
What is TikTok?
What is TikTok? Let's find out. What is TikTok? Excellent. Oh,
boy.
It was 200. Okay, you get to pick one more.
Pop culture for 300.
Oh boy, she's found her category.
She has.
All right. This canceled athletic event was set to be hosted in Tokyo.
Dang, what is the Summer Olympics?
What is the Summer Olympics? Let's see. What is the 2020 Summer Olympics? She's got it, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
All right. So does everybody have a piece of paper in front of them? I forgot to ask this. Do people have something to write with and a piece of paper?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we're gonna do Final Jeopardy right now. Okay, because we're running short on time. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. All right, so if everybody could grab a piece of paper, and in proper Final Jeopardy fashion, I'd like you to answer the question, and I want you to really think about this, just like the contestants do on Final Jeopardy. Scratch
only
your
if you
heads
sing.
and look off in the distance to try to figure out the best answer. What is so awesome about Youth Council?
Oops, I have to do what is.
What is?
Oh,
This is where you look off in the distance. Okay. So this is a little different than Final Jeopardy because, well, actually, no, everybody does share their answers. Okay. Let's start with you, Rhea. Rhea, what did you share? Can you hold up your piece of paper?
Yes.
What's so awesome about Youth Council? What does it say? What is Kids Run It? Nice. I love that you put it in question form. That's great. How about you, Cassie? What's so awesome about Youth Council? What did you write?
What is the Friends?
The Friends. What is the Friends? Awesome. That's great. Megan?
I don't know if you guys can see it.
What are the members of Youth Council? Excellent, excellent. I love it. And Shannon?
we're all similarly.
What are the Youth Council?
Youth.
Oh, the youth themselves. Beautiful.
Yes.
I think because it's so sunny there, I can't see. You all got 1,000 points for those answers. Well done. You're all winners of Jeopardy.
Yay!
Participation trophy, guys.
Yes,
Woo!
yes, congratulations. Again, I want to thank Cassie and Rhea for coming on to
Yeah.
with us this morning. You guys are awesome. And Youth Council is doing really awesome things. It's a great opportunity for youth to get involved. You don't have to be going to Trotter. You're welcome to join if you're a Southborough resident. So please reach out to us or to the Youth Council email address. We'll share that at the end of the show. So thank you again, ladies, for being on today. And next week, we're excited to welcome Sarah McNulty. So next week is Tuesday, the 18th. August is ticking away, do you believe it?
Yes.
So Sarah McNulty is one of the school adjustment counselors at Algonquin, and we reached out to her because she's done a lot to support families and students in preparation for the stress around school, and in particular, that's an important thing for us to be talking about right now because school is going to look different this year. And I think a lot of us are feeling some anxiety about that. So we want to make sure that we do our best to support students, their families, teachers, and that we're all in this together. So we're excited to have Sarah McNulty on next week's show. And we will see you all next time. Thanks for being on today. Bye.
Bye.